Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. We are doing an actual market watch video for once because I wanted to throw you guys a bold prediction on what I think is in store for the hobby in 2022, just next year. I wanted to hear pretty much what your guys' thought on my predictions are, and just because it's so bold, can this even be possible? And my general prediction is that 2022 is going to be the biggest year for Pokemon card yet. I think 2022 is going to set a record high number of sales, and I think Pokemon card collecting in general is probably going to crush it among the big three. The big three being Pokemon card, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic the Gathering. Those three have been really strong and have always been the best when it comes to trading card collecting, although there are some new emerging markets in other categories and other themes and IPs such as MetaZoo and Digimon are getting really popular. However, in general, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and Pokemon has always been the strongest three, and I think next year in general, Pokemon card collecting is going to completely eclipse the other two. So I wanted to just throw out my thoughts on this and why I think it's going to head in that direction and whether I'm off base or not. And that's not really coming from someone with a lot of bias, because I do collect Pokemon card, but at the end of the day, I also collect Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and I enjoy trading card collecting in general. And there's one major product line that I think the Pokemon company is doing that is really just astounding and it's going to blow things out of the water, and that is the upcoming product, which is the Start Deck 100, which is an upcoming Japanese product that is going to be released in mid-December in Japan, although it is 100% confident that it's going to be released in the United States and internationally as well. This is a really cool product where the Pokemon company is setting up this to be priced at 790 yen, which is right around $8. Really cheap price point. The Start Deck 100 is a sealed product where you cannot see what's inside. It is going to contain one of 100 potential decks. The decks are going to be made up of ultra rare V cards, V Max cards, brand new artwork for a lot of reprint cards. There's going to be Rayquaza V Max, Zamazenta V, Pikachu V. We've also seen a sneak peek of the upcoming Kingler V Max card. So there's a bunch of new cards as well as old classic cards in brand new artwork inside of this product. This product completely blows my mind that the Pokemon company was able to put together 100 decks out of a pool of 414 unique cards. They made 100 decks inside of this product. You're going to open it up and you're going to get one of these 100 decks and they're going to be ready to play. The deck might not be competitively viable, but they're going to be fun and you're going to get a different experience every single time. I love this product so much. I don't know what the price point on it when it comes internationally going to be. It will probably be around 10 US dollars. I don't think it's going to be more expensive than $10, and I think it is such a cool product that I can pick up one of these and start playing with my partner very quickly, very easily, and I think that's going to really break down the barrier to entry into Pokemon card collecting and the game in general. At first glance, you might think that Start Deck 100 is really purely a trading card player product and it's not going to be something that collectors are going to want, but I think that can't be further from the truth. In retrospect, the Start Deck 100 is pretty much a larger booster pack, and I think that's really cool that you can open it, play a couple of games, but there might be some collectible cards on the inside. This hasn't been confirmed, but I would not be surprised if we can get some unique art or alternate art cards inside of certain of these Start Deck 100. There might be a small chance of alternate art cards. They've already done this in Japan with some prior products. Inside of the Gengar V Max deck, there is a slim chance that you might find yourself an alternate art Gengar V Max card. Same with the Inteleon V Max deck. There's a small chance that if you open up one of your decks, you might find an alternate art Inteleon V Max card. So I think that's something that's very possible that they might slip into the Start Deck 100s, where you might open up your deck, play a couple of games, and then you realize that there is a really cool alternate art slip-in card that you weren't expecting to get. So that's something that I think is a very easy add-in that could make the trading card player into a collector. If you find yourself a cool card, you might open your eyes and start collecting a lot more cards. So that really breaks down the barrier to entry for a lot of brand new trading card players as well as collectors. So I think the Pokemon Company is going in the extremely right direction. This is exactly the kind of product that I'm looking for. This is going to absolutely crush it. I wouldn't be surprised if I pick up 20, 30, 40 boxes of this specific product just to play with. And if I find something cool inside, that's totally great. Really neat that there's some slip-in products, but if that doesn't exist, that's absolutely fine as well. I have 40 playable decks that me and my partner can go through on a Friday night. That is so cool. I think this is going to be a really cool product that's gonna make it so accessible for people to start collecting Pokemon cards and playing the game. Right now, competitive Pokemon decks are kind of expensive. They're not that expensive. Magic the Gathering and of course Yu-Gi-Oh! Have some really expensive decks out there. Pokemon is one of the cheaper ones, but it's not that cheap. If you look at the most competitively viable Pokemon card decks right now, they're all over $100. There's some cheap ones out there that are a little bit janky, but most of the competitively viable decks where you're talking about Urshifu VMAX, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, these decks are easily over $100. And I think having some of these Start Deck 100 products where you're starting to slip in reprints, making these cards cheaper, easier for people to find, easier for people to start collecting, playing with, that's gonna break everything down. So many more people are going to be having access to these cards in the future. So the future for me seems really bright for the Pokemon card hobby in general. This is one of the coolest products that I think the Pokemon Company has ever released. It's such a cool product to put in 100 mystery decks inside of a product that you don't know which decks you're gonna get. And all of the decks are probably gonna be fun in some aspects. Some of the decks are probably not gonna be very good. You can't make 100 decks without making some better and some worse. But I think that's part of the fun, is that randomized mystery process. It really puts together a nice package right here. And so that's pretty much all I'm waiting for, is are these products going to have a slip in of some kind of a rare card, potential full art card, potential alternate art cards. I think that's the most likely scenario, is that there's going to be potential slip in for some of these alternate art cards, because like I said, the Japanese company have already done this in the past with previous decks. They've slipped in alternate art cards inside of their decks. So that doesn't surprise me if that was to continue with the Start Deck 100. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Is this a really cool product? Am I off base for saying that the Pokemon Company is going to crush it in 2022? Because as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the coolest products that's ever been released. To have 100 mystery decks inside of a cheap, affordable product with plenty of collectible cards inside. I'm not gonna be surprised if I pick up 30 or 40 copies of this just to play with the cards. So I think this is a super cool product for both players and collectors, and it's gonna really shake things up. I would not be surprised if Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were to copy this design and put in something similar for their own future products. This is such a cool product, it's gonna be copied. So I'm gonna be interested to see where things are gonna head in the future. There's a lot of cool trading card products out there, and the Pokemon Company continues to crush it from a customer perspective. As someone who collects Pokemon cards, I couldn't be happier with the direction of things are going. Certainly, I wouldn't mind if more products were on store shelves, but that's really just growing pains when it comes to the world of collecting cards right now. That's pretty much all I had to say. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.